How are you doing? This is Stephen with Merk Farms Hunting, and going to continue on with the weekly update. Looks like it's June 23rd. Again, June's just running by. The summer's running by. Shoot, all my kids are into things. It's just a busy time. A lot of hunter inquiries have picked up. A lot, a lot of leases have been leased for hunting at this point. So there's still at any one time though, it's numbers are pretty stable between non-renewals and new finds. There's generally 20 to 30 tracts that are open at any one time in various areas. Generally, they're going to be in Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio and Tennessee. Do get touches on things in other states as well. And always looking to kind of expand a little bit, but also do a good job of kind of where we're at now. So just got to get out and video some new properties. These were in Indiana this week, so that was good. One I've had for a while and just was able to lay eyes on it for the first time. It had normally kind of been leased, and so I never really made it out to video. Several times I don't, because there's just that many people needing a place that if they know the area well enough, they kind of have a good idea, they have time to run out there, then oftentimes they'll get it and stay renewed. And many times I don't even ever make it to some. So I had a chance. This one has been open for a little bit. Drove by there, glad I did. Man, it was it's amazing. And so made sure to shoot a good video, have that up now on the website, to that Indiana hunting lease. Very, very good crops, woods. It's really cool. I was very glad to get by there. And it just reminded me that, anytime I'm up and down around the roads, if I find myself near a place that I haven't videoed yet, I make sure to get out and try to get it, because an aerial just doesn't do appropriate justice. That's just all there is to it. No matter what an aerial looks like, it looks different once when you're on the ground. But anyway, I want to go over a unique one that is open now. And I'm looking through the ones that are open to pull it up. And that is the Crawford County, Indiana 44. It's 44 acres of private, not very big, so I've got it in the lucky tract rating category. Check out the tract rating categories to see kind of what that means. I've got it in the lucky category, obviously, because by now, or if you look at my tract ratings, really for anybody to tell you that they know what's going to go on a tract of land under 400 to 600 acres, more than likely under 1,000 acres, is it's all just either you don't know deer, or they don't know deer, or somebody's just kind of being a little fraudulent or puffing or overstating things, because it's just not real. There's no way to know. The tracts are too small. So realistically, look, it's 44 acres. You're going to have to get lucky. However, why I like it, what is really cool, it's not for every hunter, but again, there are hunters that are a little more of my mindset, is that this property, it's all woods. I do have a quick video of it. It's not very long. You can get on there, see the price, watch the video. But what I love it is three sides are surrounded by the national forest, and that hunting is allowed. Just like any national forestry in there, the motor vehicles and stuff like that aren't allowed, but it's allowed for hunting. I went all the way through the parts that I could. The lane for this property is good, but it's not in great shape. It's definitely not in shape that people can just get in and out of there. And that was good. Didn't see a lot of sign of really any activity for the most part. And it's the lane just kind of keeps getting, in my opinion, a little worse and worse as it goes through there. But it can get you through the forestry until it finally dead ends. So I like it because of that. You basically got the private 44 acres at the road, and then the lane keeps on going and dead ends back in the forestry, probably another, I had to guess, at least a half mile. and just eaten up with deer. I think you'll see in the video every little drying mud hole along the lane or road that I was walking on is just full of deer tracks. I mean, absolutely full. You'll see as dotted up. You watch the video, as dotted up as any little mud holes I've come across. Lots and lots of fawns, lots of fawning. I mean, tons and tons and tons. So great. I think the deer herd's got to be great right in there. That looks like plenty of healthy deer, also plenty of healthy does, tons and tons of fawns. Again, check the video out. You'll see what I'm saying. I can describe it, but it is what it is. Now, if you're familiar with that part of the forestry, it's, it is what it is. It's your typical big hardwood, kind of rolling. This property, it's not really rolling at the road. Basically, it has one kind of down slope, and then from there, it's basically a normal type. It's a bottom to that property, but technically, it's still up on the hills compared to the, as things move farther and farther into the valleys. If you're familiar with that area, you know kind of full well what I'm talking about. So, again, the parts of the forestry I walked through there, it's all similar, just your good, normal white oak, hickory, sycamore type of, rolling woods. And like I said, the deer seem to have plenty of healthy, herds in there, a lot of deer sign. What's also I like about this property, it's got a power line cut. I mean, anytime you get a power line cut, it's money. There's a healthy amount. I don't know, just guessing, I'd say at least 100 yards or more of power line. Again, waiting to be mowed. I'd probably mow it and set my camp up there because the power line is, kind of out of the hunting. Or you can, just mow it and do a little food plot in there. There is also another opening for, I don't know if you want to do a camp there. I could see doing a camp there as well. You're back in the woods a little more. And then, at the dead end of the lane is a heck of a, opening right on one of the beautiful bluffs in those areas, to camp, really down in there if wanted. So I really like it. People, it's hit or miss. It's kind of like cows, Some people, there's cows on a property, they won't ever hunt it, ever, ever, ever. Some people, they love hunting around cows, especially for turkey. Some people grow up on a cattle farm and they know that they've seen plenty of deer and cows and they know how to kind of jive that. But same with the National Forestry. I have a lot of properties that join the National Forestry and have for ever since I've started. And this property is no different. I personally like it. Again, psychologically, hunters, we struggle with, what's happening on the next border and the next border and the next border. Well, there's a border, every border is imaginary, and there's a border everywhere. If you had 10,000 acres, you're going to have even more neighbors than if you have 45 acres. So, I personally like it because to me, anytime you have a private area that's, again, really close to the road, you can kind of start it as your little kingdom, and then from there, just keep on branching out. I've leased, had hunting leases in and around this forestry forever. And I guess people just adapt or do what I say and just keep on running off into the forestry on their own while having their own private little place to lease and camp. Because I've just never heard any complaints over the years of the forestry, because again, look, the people hunting public land, they're not crazy for the most part. They want to be left alone also. So, in my opinion, it works both ways. Whenever hunters know that there's somebody with a footprint in a place, more than likely they're going to move on rather than, get the law involved, get game wardens involved, do all kinds of craziness. Most hunters overwhelmingly are respectful, just looking from their own private place as well. I tell in situations like this, I always tell my hunters, put your stands up, that close to your private line, where it's allowed in the forestry over the line, just make your presence known. And again, most people, they just tend to find other places to go and hunt. I'm not an investigator, but I'm pretty good at this point of understanding hunting pressure and activity based upon evidence that I can find. And, this part of the forestry I went through, I didn't come across any stands, didn't come across any blinds, didn't come across anything that really to me looks like it's, somebody's, has some big hunting presence. Somebody may get out and kind of walk through, a day or two or something like that, but there's definitely not any type of established type of deals going on in there. From anything that I saw, didn't find any stands, didn't find nothing. So, that's always good. And like I said, the lanes in that area, I had a Jeep. If I wanted to just probably have a repair bill and want to booger it up, I could probably take my Jeep all the way through it. But, it's kind of like, why? But then, too, also, in my opinion, you kind of like lanes being worse than better because the easier you make it, the more you cut every brush back, the more you cut every sticker back, the more you put all the gravel down, the more you level out every hole. Well, heck, now you've got every Honda Civic just rolling down into a place, just snooping out or smoking or doing other things. So, I kind of like it. It's just on that, especially the private land part. The lane is just good enough for an outdoor savvy hunter, and kind of a durable vehicle. But then as it goes on, it just, like I said, I parked the Jeep, pretty early, and then just went on foot because, I could have busted it down through there and I could have, ran through all the overhangs and all that, but, no need for me to do that. I'll probably just visit once for the video and get out. But again, it's a great place. I like it. I think it offers a lot of value. You can get on there and check the price out, but it offers a lot of value. It's because, in my opinion, all these situations, it's like you're actually leasing or hunting more because you are in the catbird seat, as they say. Just, have your private presence there and then just kind of keep on branching out. So this is Stephen with Merk Farms Hunting going over Crawford County, Indiana tract, and it's open and waiting for you.